Hey guys, I'm getting ready for my trip to Costa Rica, and it'll be my first trip down there in about a year, almost to the day. And so I'm going to go through my bag and show you exactly what I'm packing. And this bag is packed a little bit differently than I normally would, and I'll talk about that a little bit too. But I'm going to show you what I've got in here for 3 or 4 days of particularly shooting mostly nature photography, mostly wildlife photography, but then some landscapes and some macro stuff as well. So let's get into the bag. And so what's different about this bag compared to what I usually have is this big spot in the middle. I'm lucky enough to have borrowed the Olympus 150 to 400 millimeter f4.5, and so I've got that straight down the middle. And this is my Tenba AXIS 24L bag. So right now I took all the dividers out and had to totally redo it to fit this big sucker. What I would normally have instead of the 150 to 400 would be the 300 f4 Pro, and then the 40 to 150 2.8 and teleconverters and stuff. But instead of that, since I have the opportunity to take the 150 to 400, I'm going to do that. I've got a second body here. I've got the EM1 Mark III, and on that body I've got the 12 to 100 f4 Pro, and so that fits pretty nicely right in here. And the cool thing about this bag too, it's got the side access, so with that camera in that spot I can actually just, you know, if I'm not to my hotel or my Airbnb yet and I need to make a shot, I can just grab that out of the side without having to open the bag. And I've got my 7 to 14 millimeter f2.8 in case I need that, and my two teleconverters here, the MC14 and the MC20. I've got my macro lens, the 60 millimeter Olympus f2.8, and a little memory card wallet. Now normally, if I'm going to Costa Rica for a couple of days, I wouldn't bother to take a dedicated macro lens because the 12 to 100 does a great job at focusing close up. So I normally wouldn't have a dedicated macro lens. But I'm taking that because we're doing a macro class, and so I'll need that for that class. On the other side, I've got mostly flash accessories. I've got my strobe, the FL700 WR, and an extra set of batteries. I've got my mag mod accessories. That's my mag beam, and this is the mag bounce, and I just literally crumple that up, throw it on the top there. I've also got in this little pouch my Olympus radio controller. I can put this on the camera, and then I can hand hold the flash with the diffuser or without. For macro photography, I really love that because I don't have to worry about having the flash on the camera, and I can make nice light kind of however I want without having to worry about a cord or anything. And then I've got some filters. This is the Lee 7.5 system. I've got a few of those. I'm probably going to be demoing those while I'm down there. And that's really about it. One thing I wanted to point out was how I try to keep as much of the weight towards the bottom as possible. And when I'm packing the bag, yeah, I've got to carry it through the airport and I've got to get there. But I've also got to concentrate on the fact that once I'm in the field, I'm going to be wearing this backpack. And the chances are, like my EM1X with the 100 to 400 or the 150 to 400 is going to be in my hand and not in the bag. So I don't want a bunch of weight at the top of the bag when I take my main camera out. So I kind of pack with an idea to that. And as far as the back, I don't really have anything special on the outside of the bag. That's about it. So that should cover me for everything from landscape to wildlife and everything in between. And I'm good to go with really just one bag. And oddly enough, this 24L bag does fit under the seat on most planes that I've been on. So even in just the regular seats, not even in, you know, Comfort Plus or something like that. So next time I see you, I'll be in Costa Rica. So have a good weekend. I'll see you soon.